I want to transition into the next hour, which is a bit of it's very similar to what we've been doing for this past hour, just with some more voices. But first I would like to read Gabrielle's piece that she wrote. It's a bit of a stream of consciousness piece. And I think that this is kind of a good transition moment to do that because it brings a lot of energy into this last hour of broadcasting that we have. And I think that's really what's driving this conversation. So that's good with everyone?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, here. Pull it up here. For a bit of context for myself first. So I'm reading a piece that G wrote called 3 Men Talking and Now I Have 3 Minutes. And I am going to do it as much justice as I possibly can. I have past life experience, we will call it, as a performing poet. And that's how I want to be reading this piece. I think that it is an energizing and energized piece. I think it's an angry piece, which is valuable in all circles. And yeah, so here we go. And G, I hope this does your words some justice. Start the clock. I'm wondering how privileged and protected you have to be to call our culture death denying. People in my world drop dead, fall from the sky, decompose while people walk by, no funerals or memorials. They're just gone. Day I moved in, coroner moved a young man out. It was hot, so the aroma meant he couldn't be ignored in death as he had been in life. I'm white, but poor. I'm on the upside of crip life. Police don't shoot me when I yell at the cars that almost hit me when I cross on green lights. My rage is read as annoying, not dangerous. An Indigenous person I spoke with said they lost 25 family members, many to suicide and the so-called overdose crisis. Karen Ward calls it a poisoning crisis. Power picks words. Powerless get critique. The Indigenous leader told the Senate they didn't want the neo-colonialist death cult on their land. They can name and date stamp the first ever suicide we caused. Our biological warfare isn't blankets. It's us, our culture. Are you suffering under the weight of generations of trauma we inflicted? We have a lethal injection that'll fix that. My friend, who is a downtown East Side policy advisor, has few friends left alive. So who is it that is death denying? And why the binary to glorifying? He says having the option to die will give him peace of mind. My bucket list requires me to be alive. Not dying has never been a concern for my kind. I'm the person good Crips don't want to be mistaken for. I'm the one who gets a government check to almost pay for me to almost survive, never live, just hang in a purgatory of punishment of surplus humanity, unable to create surplus value. I'm the shameful one, the ungrateful one. I'm the greedy one, a taker who doesn't help make the rich richer. I'm the boil on the parasite. C7 is the scalpel to remove me. I'm read as everything they hate. When I show up at the hospital gate, I'm in the crosshairs of a country that is preloaded with ableism and racism because some people are afraid of facing their own humanity, living and dying on their own terms. Fuck the world for thinking they could ever be weak. On their own terms, sailed oceans for colonialism on their own terms, hung tight to the right to enslave other humans on their own terms. They dictate, they demand. Wiping their own ass defines them as a man. Not needing another is what makes them better. Help is hell if you've spent your life spitting into open hands and now they demand I die for their myths, their religion of individualism. Their altar to utilitarianism needs crip bones and blood to sacrifice. Death on demand is the gift for those who have everything. Consumer checklist complete. Thank you, G.
That was awesome. Both of you. So good.
I think I'm not used to performing a poem and then still being on stage, so to speak. Because normally in slam poetry, you do a poem and you immediately go hide in a corner as you get judged with numbers. So with my weird energy, G gives me a 10. That's the only number that's ever mattered to me then.